You ready, Suave?
Let me get my warm-up, okay?
Okay, warm up.
Randall Cobb didn't score.
Fuck you.
Yeah, take over. The break's over. Yo, the takeover. The break's over.
Previously on Wrestle Recap.
We haven't seen shit.
Damn.
Yep, that's how we're starting the show today. Oh my God, it's been a while since we have done a Wrestle Recap.
A month.
Mostly,
We've been busy.
I've been very busy. I moved into a new apartment.
We got a new sound system hooked
Yes,
up.
we hooked up the sound system, so we have like a little studio and shit.
Hey, you know what? Give yourself a hand.
Oh, shit. I have a soundboard and everything. I did miss the cue.
That's it.
Shut up. Shut up. The soundboard is new.
We're professionals here at Wrestle. And she's controlling it and hogging it.
I am hogging the soundboard.
She is creative control.
I do have creative control.
She is the authority here.
I am Triple H. You guys are Tyson Kidd. Get over it.
I'm not Tyson Kidd.
You're not
I'm Adrian Neville.
You're Adrian
I'm Sami
Neville.
Zayn, bitch. I'm adorable.
He is adorable.
I'm
Sammy.
the fucking champ.
He has big ears.
Adrian Neville.
He is the love child of Triple H and Bad News Barrett.
There's so many love childs on NXT.
There are. We made a whole thing of trying to guess who NXT people were love children of.
It's pretty funny.
All right, so
That's for another episode, guys.
It is. We missed a lot of Raw last month, essentially.
I haven't. I've been actually watching it, keeping up, but we haven't reviewed
I've been
anything.
watching as well.
Okay, correction. I've been missing a lot of Raw this month.
I've been streaming it at home on my computer.
Oh, we haven't been watching it together. It's been so sad.
We did last week.
We did last week. We watched it last week. We didn't review it because I just moved into the new place, and it was kind of a
clusterfuck.
Yes.
Also, the show wasn't that good.
Suave helped me put together a bookshelf.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
And then watched me put together the other bookshelf because he was like, fuck it, I'm done.
I went to Disney World.
Hey, I gave you a screwdriver to use.
You did give me a screwdriver. Yeah, Guapo didn't help with shit. He avoided moving like the fucking plague.
He texts me
by leaving the state, going to Florida, and hanging out with the fucking mouse. Yes, I did.
No, but you're back already.
You were back and then, you bailed on us.
You bailed on us. You were back.
Work.
Hey, you were back. You text me. I'm bored.
We're like, help us put together a bookcase.
They come over and help us unpack and put together this bookcase.
And he's like, fuck that.
But I'm tired. Fuck you, man.
Fuck you, man.
I busted my ass that day. I had to work.
He worked, and then he helped me move. He helped me finish
put together
moving.
A bookshelf.
And then he sat on his ass.
Then I sat on my ass drinking a couple beers.
And then he
blew Suave.
And then he blew up my bathroom.
Yeah, that's Johnny Money, right? No. Johnny Football.
Oh, don't make fun of Johnny Football.
Speaking of Johnny Football, someone's got to go buy a Johnny Football jersey.
Nope, not doing it.
You failed.
Yeah, I was drunk when I made that bet, so therefore it doesn't count.
But I still remember the bet.
I don't care. I'm broke, man. I'm sorry, I'm broke.
I'm rich, biatch. No, I'm not.
I am also playing Suave in fantasy football this week. And I am going to win because Randall Cobb and the Philadelphia defense is going to help me. It's going to be okay. Suave's checking now, but it's going to happen. I am confident. I am confident that Randall Cobb is going to save me, and Philly's defense is maybe going to help.
At this point, they're about to just shut down the entire offense because they're winning 28-0.
Shut up.
That means they're going to be benching people, and Randall Cobb is not one of them.
Anyways, let's talk about...
For all those who are listening, I am up by a total of 18 points, and will remain to do so until her defense plays on Monday.
Guapo's going to make himself a drink.
Guapo's going to go make a drink. So let's do a rundown of wrestling while Guapo is making a drink.
All right, how about we do this while we wait for him?
Yes.
We say which wrestling superstar doesn't have to be WWE, it can be TNA, Ring of Honor, Lucha Underground. Mm-hmm. Which person would you rather have a drink with? Excluding Stone Cold Steve Austin, because everyone wants to drink with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I already had a drink with AJ Styles. Sort of. Yeah, I was in, where were we? We were in Atlanta, and he happened to be at the same bar that we were at, and I was drunk and ran over to him and was like, "You're AJ Styles. I'm a big fan." And then I grabbed his hand and shook it and ran off.
Wow. I hope he's listening, too. If you're listening, please comment below. Give us your perspective on this encounter and how creeped out you were.
I'm sure it happens quite a bit. I'm sure he doesn't even remember me.
Probably.
Oh, shit. Another TNA guy, friends with AJ Styles. Christopher Daniels was coming in as we were leaving. I go, "You're Christopher Daniels." And he goes, "Yeah." And then I ran off. I was really drunk that night. Okay, so.
I like to have a drink with...
the mask is back.
What?
He's the man
We're going about which superstar we like to have a drink with.
Who would you like to have a drink with?
Excluding who?
Stone Cold Steve Austin, because everyone wants to drink with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
True.
I'm going to go with the impossible.
Really?
No.
Don't.
I'm not.
No.
Don't.
Just don't. He doesn't drink. Don't.
That's what I said, the impossible.
You know what? I would really love to share a drink with...
And no divas.
No, I wasn't even going to pick a diva.
No, we're not that creepy.
I got to say The Rock.
The Rock?
I know it's kind of stupid, but I've always loved The Rock. So
I wouldn't know what you'd say to him. I would want to... Let's see.
because
Chris Jericho. Obviously. I can't believe I didn't say that earlier.
Well,
Chris Jericho.
I say The Rock because, one, he's not only just a WWE superstar, he's also a movie star, and I'm one of those people who love everything that The Rock's in.
Before Suave gives his answer, we also have to say...
Mine's not really that exciting, but
Go
it's
ahead.
like mine's a good answer because it's one of those people that you wouldn't expect me to say I want to have a drink with.
Who?
I want to have a drink with Kofi.
Oh,
Because Kofi just seems like a nice guy, down to earth.
He is a cool guy. I've met Kofi. He's a cool guy.
Also,
I just feel like he's got a lot of stories to tell.
You know who I really love to have a drink to? Mick Foley.
Oh,
Now
that's a good one.
Now that's a person to sit down with, have
It
a
is.
few drinks, and listen to everything he says.
Well, I will tell you who you actually
I like
want
to drink
to
with Mark Henry as well. That'd be fun.
You know, I'm
That's
Big
what he
show.
does.
Big
I'm
show,
about
too.
to tell you who you actually want to have a drink with, and our friend Brett, a.k.a. CrossFade Fan 20, will confirm this because he has had a drink with him. You want to go have a drink with Mike Chioda. That guy is a fucking animal. He was picking up chicks left and right, drunk off his fucking ass in Atlanta. They partied hard with Mike Chioda
Also-
the night before WrestleMania.
That's awesome.
Dolph Ziggler. If you're out there, let's have a drink.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Hit us all up. We'll meet you down in New Orleans. Head on to Pat O'Brien's.
Have a couple hurricanes, maybe a couple hand grenades.
All right, so we're 11 minutes in, and we haven't talked about any of our topics yet. But on a side note, we would like to say that today...
Randall Cobb is not scoring.
Shut up. That is not what I was going to say. Today is Guapo's birthday.
Oh,
Yay!
thanks, guys.
And he shares a birthday with the great and wonderful Chris Jericho. You should be.
Don't you mean Chris Jericho shares a birthday with Guapo?
No, I do not mean the other. I do not mean it that way. I mean Guapo shares a birthday with Chris Jericho. Technically, he was born first.
He's
Burn.
born first.
Burn.
He was
Burn.
born first. Stop mocking me.
Well, technically, he was born in Canada, so it doesn't count.
It does count. He has dual citizenship.
America.
Don't make me
Aren't they
tell.
on a different time schedule?
Probably.
Don't make me tell these people how old you are.
Hey, I already... Have you posted that video yet?
I may have.
Comment down below. Did we post a Armageddon 2000 video?
Yes, we did.
We did? Okay, then they know how old I am.
Guapo's the baby of our group.
We've established this.
And he's still the baby, but just by 1 year less.
Moving
I
on.
just
Moving.
noticed in our glasses we got red, white, and blue.
Yes,
America.
because we're special. Okay.
This is a sign of Kurt Angle's return.
Obviously, we haven't reviewed Raw in a while. We're just kind of bullshitting around. So we're all have come to the table with topics. Suave, what is your topic?
I want to go last.
You want to go last?
Yeah.
Guapo, what is your topic?
My topic is Lucha Underground.
I felt like that required that.
Okay. Well, my topic is Lucha Underground. You can catch it on the LA network. I can't watch it except for on the internet, though. So,
Guapo apparently says it is the shiznit.
Is legit.
Commentary is terrible.
I'm not talking anything about commentary. I understand. It's shit. It's going to get better.
The wrestling's fantastic.
Oh, my God. The people in the ring know what the hell they're doing. The first installment of the show, the main event was John Morrison, a.k.a. Johnny Mundo, versus... Who the hell is his name? The Puma...
Primo Puma.
Primo Puma. The Puma Kid, or whatever the hell. Both of these guys, holy shit, they can wrestle.
That was the first time that Mundo has been back in the ring since his injury.
Yes. This is the first actual occurrence of Morrison being back in the ring since his...
Filmed.
Phil, for a actual promotion, not a...
dark match or anything.
Dark match promotion like the low independent circuits.
If we can, we're going to try and find you guys a link to this promotion.
Yes.
Guapo has been raving about it for a little while now.
Amazing.
So we're going to try and find you guys a link to go watch that.
All I know is if anybody from WWE who's leaving, don't go to TNA. Go to Lucha Underground. You will get exposure, and you will go over if you're a decent wrestler.
Well, it also helps if you're Hispanic as well.
That helps too. Chavo Guerrero is definitely a main part in this.
Well, Alberto's on his way over there right now. So
is he?
Yeah, he is.
Good.
After the years up with his contract with his.
I think that was just a rumor. I don't think it was confirmed.
With everything I've read, it
was
a
almost
fact.
Almost pretty much all the big superstars in WWE have like a 90-day non-compete clause.
Right.
They can compete, but they can't be on TV.
Other networks.
They can't be on TV.
That or...
Which is why it always takes so long for guys to move over to TNA.
Well, what I read for Alberto was that he can't compete anywhere in the United States until his 90-day or whatever it was.
It's usually 90 days. If it's more for Alberto, that means that they think he's going to be a legitimate star somewhere else and be a problem. But it's always usually been 90 days.
Well, if and when he goes to Lucha Underground, I really hope they let him put his mask back on, because if anybody goes online, goes to the AAA independent circuits with Alberto when he was in Mexico wrestling with the mask, he is great. I mean, his crap on WWE.
Well, they watered down on what he did there to the WWE style.
They changed a lot of things for WWE.
Well, because they want to be safe with their wrestlers. They don't want to risk these guys getting hurt and being out for a long time, which is going to hurt them financially. I see why they do that. Like what Steen with his moveset,
right.
It's got to be completely reworked.
They also tend to wrestle a lot more. They wrestle a lot more in WWE than they do in
Independence.
Correct.
In Independence, you're wrestling like once a week at the most frequent. And usually it's like twice a month when they have shows. WWE, you're wrestling
3 or 4 times a week.
Like, you could be on Raw, you could be on SmackDown, you could be on NXT, you could be on Superstars, you could be on Main Event, you can be doing...
Pay-per-view.
Yeah, so they're wrestling a lot
shows.
more. So it's more strain on their body, more strain on everything, really, because you're doing it more.
And you'll probably be more liable to be burnt out like CM Punk is, and just want to go home and relax for a little bit.
Well, also, I don't know if anybody has heard this, but Rey Mysterio was at Raw Monday night to negotiate a contract.
I did hear that. That's kind of what my topic is about. Returns, not for a Survivor Series, but for the Rumble. Who is returning for the Rumble?
Well, I'm afraid I got some bad news.
What's your bad news?
It's not going to be Daniel Bryan.
No, it's not.
Nope.
I've heard he's getting a third
It'll be
surgery.
the British Barrage.
I've heard. You think Wade Barrett's coming back?
Definitely.
I hope so.
He's been out since May.
He's overdue.
I hope so. He was really over it.
May or June, something like that.
I'm afraid for Wade Barrett because usually whenever they give guys a push, usually when they give guys a push and then they get injured, WWE's very hesitant about giving them another push.
True,
because they feel
Rock.
like they're injury prone.
Well,
So
I'm really hoping. Well, I like him. I hope he's working on his acting and delivery. But I think for the Rumble, Reigns may be making a comeback.
Reigns?
I know some people think he's going to come earlier, but I think Rumble would be the best time for him to come back.
Who else do I think? For a while, Suave was saying that he thought Punk was coming back.
Not at the Rumble. I'm thinking it's going to be more at WrestleMania.
If not
From the things I've heard.
If not at Rumble, it will be Mania.
What about Batista, guys? You think he's coming back?
No.
I don't think he's going to come back until they're probably already starting Guardians 2.
That's the thing. I doubt they let him do anything.
They haven't. There have been a lot of rumors they've been very hesitant
Well, he's
about.
filming another movie right now. Mm-hmm. And then after this one's wrapped up, he's going straight into Guardians 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because Marvel moved up Guardians 2 tremendously.
Especially since they released their new movie schedule, which at some point we're going to do a movie show, guys. So
it's going to be about Marvel. It's going to be about us fanboying about everything that they're doing.
Trey will still be part of some of the movies at some point, but he now has 2 kids, and under the age
Not enough time.
Under the age of like 2 and 3, so we'll see when we could get Trey in. But anyways, yes, I'm super excited about the Rumble because it seems very unpredictable this year.
Who do you have predicted to make a return?
To make a return?
At the Rumble.
Because a lot of the people I'd predicted to win the Rumble are now probably not even going to be in it. Because, I mean, obviously I'd been saying Bryan's going to come back and win the Rumble. But since it's been known that now he's going to have another surgery, and Suave's even seen rumors saying that he may never come back to wrestling. And I hope that's not true.
He's got to get that nerve in his arm fixed. He's got to regain that strength. And if he can't regain that strength in his arm, there's no possible way for him to come back with full strength to withstand a full schedule.
Exactly. So, I mean, that was my pick, and so now I'm just kind of...
It's a shame for the guy because he's phenomenal.
But I think Roman Reigns will obviously make it back. I think they're going to bring him back sooner than the Rumble. He's not going to do a return at the Rumble, I don't think. It would be good if they did that. And perhaps have him go against, if Seth, you think Seth would be in the Rumble?
No.
Yes.
No?
Well, I guess so. It depends.
If they have Seth in the Rumble, then that would be the perfect time to have him come back in the Rumble, is Seth being in the ring and blah, 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 and then all of a sudden you hear the old Shield music play and Reigns comes out.
I'd like to see him come out with a new theme music.
New theme music and new look. Because
I don't think they would do that at the Rumble.
Believe that thing. It's retarded. It's just
Believe
stupid.
in Roman Reigns.
He needs a new gimmick.
Yes.
Also, bring up Sami Zayn. Bring up Adrian Neville. Just saying.
I'm just saying.
Adrian Neville is on his way up.
Adrian Neville's on his way up. I'm sure Sami Zayn will be on his way up.
Tyson Kidd staying in NXT.
Tyson Kidd's... I love Tyson Kidd, but
he's a workhorse. He needs some appreciation. He puts on some fantastic matches.
He does, but WWE's already tried. They've already given him his shot. If he was going to be something, it would have happened by now. Which is why, as much as I love Dolph Ziggler, I'm losing faith in Ziggler now. Because if they were going to pull the trigger on him, it would have happened by now.
I just think it's retarded how that they're using the Intercontinental title holder as a squash match.
But they are also showcasing him on Raw because you saw Triple H trying to convince him to be on their team. So obviously they're posing him as a big enough threat that they want to convert him over to the Authority.
Over to the Authority, so
because
he's
if
not
the
with
Authority,
Team Cena.
Because if the Authority didn't think he was anything and he's on Team Cena, why would they try to move him over?
Anybody else catch that? Cena won the match at what was the last Hell in a Cell?
Yeah,
to be number one contender, and now there's a match for the next pay-per-view. Well,
that is a
special event that's not him versus Lesnar.
Well,
Also,
because
him versus
Lesnar's on a
Lesnar,
limited
why?
schedule, and they really can't do anything with him when they're trying to get a new contract with him right now. Mm-hmm. So it's not going to be every pay-per-view you're going to get a title match. That's the way it should be. I think the title should only be defended on 3 pay-per-views a year, making the title more prestigious, and for if you have it, you are worth something.
Mm-hmm.
And not defending it every month. It makes the championship not look good.
I agree.
I don't know if I agree with 3 times a month, 3 times a year, but I definitely agree.
Unless there's other stipulations
he doesn't need
involved
to show
with-
up. And
I agree he needs to show up on Raw, make an
Yes.
appearance.
Every once in a while.
Or at least his advocate needs to show up.
Exactly.
And speak for him.
We haven't heard from Paul Heyman in a while, and probably some of my older viewers may cry hypocrite because I was very much against the Rock being champion because he wasn't showing up on Raw every night. But Lesnar is a little bit different for me, at least, because Lesnar doesn't talk all that much, and it is very clear in his character that he is there for money and to be a beast, essentially. So he doesn't have to show up all the time. He's the scary boogeyman champion hiding in the dark.
But he's not going to get you.
But no, he's not going to get you.
Because he's never there.
But Paul Heyman is there talking for him, and so I'm okay. I'm more okay with it than I was with The Rock. But anyways, we have strayed off of my topic a bunch, so let's go into Suave's topic.
Survivor Series.
Woo!
One of my favorite times of the year. I love Survivor Series. I love the Survivor Series matchup. I liked what Vince came out and said there's a stipulation to it. I love the fact that the Authority being out of power.
You know why that happened, right?
To the rumor of Stephanie McMahon being pregnant for the 4th time. I know my shit.
I think that deserved an applause.
Congrats.
She is.
And if that is true, congratulations,
Exactly.
Hunter, and congratulations, Stephanie. And let's hope this time it's a boy.
Yes.
And
Have some McMahon Helmsley boys running around.
yeah, that'd be great.
Pettigrew, everybody.
So my thing is the teams. Right now we only have 2 people per team. We got Cena and supposedly Ziggler.
Yeah, they haven't even confirmed that. We're just assuming that Ziggler's going to be on Cena's team because
And then the other team we got Kane and Seth Rollins.
I thought good old Long Island IZ is going to be on Team Cena.
So far, that's what it seems like.
Fucking.
I have not seen that storyline.
He hasn't came out and said anything. He said he wants them out of power, but he's never confirmed that he's with Team Cena yet. But I would suggest that was the angle they're trying to say, that him saying that he wants them out of power is him officially joining Team Cena.
There isn't even all that many people showing that they're against the Authority. So anybody that they introduce as anti-Authority is going to be a brand new version of that character.
Like I saw, they showed the Authority looking at Mark Henry whenever he squashed the Big Show, and then they looked at Rusev. And I'm just trying to think, how are they going to complete these teams? I think everyone in the locker room wants the Authority out of power. And then they're going to be desperate enough and try to offer these stipulations to random people like they did for Ziggler.
Yes.
What do you want? And give them these opportunities. I think one of them is going to be Sheamus. Sheamus is going to be really pissed since he lost the United States title. I think it's going to be a good heel turn for him.
My thing is it's essentially going to be they're going to take a bunch of storylines that are already going on and
fuse them into this.
And fuse them into one match. So if you have Rusev on the Authority, Sheamus is probably going to be on Team Cena. If you
I think we're going to have the rematch for that title. I don't think none of them are going to be on the Survivor Series match. I think they're going to have their own separate match.
I kind of hope so. We'll talk about the U.S. title and
unless they do it the rematch on Raw.
Yes.
But if they do have the rematch on Raw, that means they're going to have one or the other on the teams, and probably leading to Sheamus' heel turn.
They're not going to turn Sheamus heel.
He needs face at the moment.
He needs to. That's when his character is the best.
I like face Sheamus.
It's annoying.
I like it. I wish they'd bring back the 1-800-fella thing. I thought that was funny as shit.
And I think what's going on with I think we're gonna have going into Survivor Series. There's gonna be one spot on each team where you're
open, and it's gonna be a surprise
entry. I think maybe 2 surprise entries on Team Cena because the Authority is gonna shut it all down. Make sure that Team Cena doesn't get anybody. You're going to see
So have we? I think I've asked this several times in the course of Raws that we watch. Is Cena going to be on Team Cena, or is he facing Brock Lesnar?
He's on Team Cena.
So he's not facing Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam.
No, it's Survivor Series.
Yes, Survivor Series.
He is not facing Brock Lesnar in Survivor Series.
I have at least a drink in me.
It's all right.
Just one.
And it just to the point where if Team Cena wins and the Authority's out of power, it goes back to what I've talked about before is one day we might see Cena in an authoritative role.
I think it's going to be Vince.
I think they might put Cena there, or they might bring in someone like Ric Flair to be the GM, or hopefully not Sting, but
you know what?
I don't want to see Sting as a general manager. I want to see him as a wrestler.
Let's take that note and to all our viewers, comment down below if the Authority loses, who do you think is going to be in power?
I think it's going to be the Wild West for a little bit, and there's not going to be anybody in charge, and then they'll eventually put a GM in charge.
I like to see Mick Foley come in.
They go back to the anonymous GM.
Or there were rumors a while back about bringing Shane back in.
Yep.
Shane, I wouldn't mind Shane O'Mac coming back.
I don't know if those were true, but
probably not.
And have his own corporation.
Mm-hmm. Have his own authority.
I still think it'd be a great angle if Vince bought TNA and
I'm waiting
Shane
for that to happen.
It has to have been a press conference. He's like, I don't even know if they're for sale. Someone goes, well, everything's for sale. He goes, well, I don't want to spend that much money.
I like how the same press conference.
I feel like
Stephanie
right
would do a better job than what the hell's her name?
Dixie Carter.
Dixie Carter, yeah.
I feel like right at that point when somebody asked, "Are you going to buy TNA?" There should have been a clip of the $1 Million Man going, "Everyone has a price," in the background.
Everybody has a price.
Exactly. But now that Suave brought up the U.S. title, I do want to talk about that a little bit because
it's brilliant.
It was brilliant, and I in the past have been anti putting parts of Raw on the network, but that's whenever you're having to. I don't like whenever it drives me insane on Raw. It drives me insane on Raw when a match starts on the app and then you're halfway through it when you get back to commercial break, or even worse, when a match ends on the app, like you're watching it on Raw and then the match goes to the app during commercial break and the match is over, and then you have King and Cole telling you, oh, so and so won. I fucking hate that, but I do love them putting the U.S. title match on the app.
On the network.
Network, not the app.
Well, it gives you...
You could watch the WWE Network for only $9.99.
Or free in the month of November.
Free in the month of November.
Free in the month of November.
Including Survivor Series.
And you can get all of this on your WWE app for free in both the iTunes and Android store.
They really should hire you, Guapo.
They really should. I know when to plug this shit.
If we ever get an app, Guapo's going to plug the shit out of it.
Go visit the Wrestle Recap app. It's free. No, it's not. It's 99 cents in the WWE. Nope. Wrong place.
Nope. Up, you fucked it up. You fucked it up.
For only $0.99.
$0.99.
For only we pay you.
If it's coming out of your checkbook, then fine.
Yeah. Coming out of Guapo's checkbook.
Guys, I didn't do the disclaimer.
Oh, what's the disclaimer?
In the fine print.
In the fine print. We don't actually pay you. You pay us by going onto our app.
Every time you log in.
And
every time you go into the app.
If we had an app. Anyways, U.S. title match. Rusev is now our United States champion. What do you guys think?
I like it.
My soul
I like
hurts.
it a lot.
Your soul hurts, Suave.
All I know is
I am very patriotic.
I understand it's a U.S. title.
They're going to change it to like the Russian title or something.
I had that gut feeling that either this Monday or very soon it's going to have the Russian flag on the title.
I'm telling you, they're going to turn it into the Russian title. And I hope they do, because I think it will be good for the storyline. Guapo got scared for a minute. We had a big thump, and it moved the ground.
Mark Henry fell.
Guapo's scared. He's going to go check the door now. Guapo's scared. I have a sword over there, Guapo, if we need to defend ourselves. The Master Sword is in my room. And yes, I do have a Master Sword.
You have the Dark Master Sword.
I do have the
Sword.
I have the Dark Master Sword that Dark Link wields. Anyways,
visit Louisiana Renaissance Festival, where you can get your own Link Master Sword or Link Dark Sword.
Or a zombie machete that cost $600 that I wanted so bad.
But the zombie machete can cut through a pig's head and not even get dull. And the guy who makes it will replace it if it ever breaks.
Or gets dull.
Exactly.
Anyways, U.S. title. Rusev.
Don't you mean the
Russian Federation title?
I'm so over. I title better than you.
I'm so done with Rusev's character. He's Russian Umaga. I'm done with it. The only reason people still are into it is because Lana has a big set of tits.
And a nice ass.
And
she's got all the curves in all the right places.
You can see those tits by typing her name in on Google. CJ Perry, you're welcome.
I'm over Rusev. I'm over it. Because as soon as he loses to somebody who's representing America, the character's done. There's no returning from it.
I think what's going to happen is you're going to have, since we're about to do the European tour, this is where I think that Bad News Barrett would probably make his debut back in England doing the European tour. Rusev's going to be in the ring saying that he's beaten every American that came his way. And then, I'm afraid I got some bad news. He comes out and goes, well, I'm not from America, but we're in my homeland of England, London, England, and I'm going to whoop your ass.
That would be awesome. Don't know if it's going to happen, but that'd be awesome.
And instead of giving him going after the Intercontinental title, you go after to that new title.
The Russian Federation title.
Or some guy who comes and breaks walls down all the time, who's from Winnipeg, comes around and...
about that. That was what I was going to go into for Survivor Series, with that one spot open on each team. Jericho's off this month with his tour. He doesn't go back on tour until December to finish up through February.
Do one pay-per-view.
So you can do one more pay-per-view, come back, do Survivor Series on Team Cena, because he did have that promo he did against the Authority.
That's true. I forgot about that.
And that was one of the last times we've seen Jericho.
That Suave brings up an excellent point.
Can the sexy beast be back, baby?
I hope so. I'm actually reading Chris Jericho's third book right now.
Congratulations, nerd.
The man of 1,005
holds.
This or moves
If
in
you
general.
think of
Jer-
it, Jericho
He says
invented it.
1,004, but
Yes.
because that was before Codebreaker.
Yeah.
Now
That's
it's
not a hold.
1,005.
That's not a hold.
He holds him, then he comes down.
It holds. It holds
For a
into
millisecond.
Their, into their
Apparent-
face hurting.
Yeah. Apparently, Chris Jericho got fined a lot when he was champion because people kept bleeding in his match.
It's not his fault. People were bleeding.
Well, that's what he says in the book, but he still keeps getting fined.
For what,
Like-
the Codebreaker?
No, when like he fought
$500.
against Batista, and Batista bled because
Does
he
it say how much
he
he was
broke
fined?
he busted him open with like brass knuckles or whatever, and he gets fined. But Batista gets fined, Jericho gets fined, and then the ref gets fined because Vince was just pissed, and Batista paid for all of their fines, like because he was like, it was my bad, I told you, and
Look at there,
then.
guys. Good guy Batista paying everybody's fine.
And then Ric Flair bleeds at some point. This is all like during. This was all during like
Ric Flair bled for some reason.
Yeah, I know. This was all during right before WrestleMania 25. Whenever he was doing.
Suave, tell me, have you ever seen Ric Flair bleed?
I've seen Crimson faced Ric Flair.
I think.
I just
it
assumed that was food
baffles
coloring.
me. Ric Flair bleeding? Do you mean the guy with the marked up forehead because he bladed so much in the 90s?
But yeah, so he gets fined for Ric Flair bleeding.
We're talking about Carlos Colon?
Yes. We're talking about
All
Carlos Colon.
They all did it.
No, that dude, he would look bad at
Yeah,
the Hall of
it's
Fame. You
freaking-
can see all the lines from when he bled.
Oh, I was at the Hall of Fame.
I watched the Hall of Fame.
Rest in
I know,
peace,
it was
Warrior.
pretty awesome. I was at the last three. I was live at the last three appearances of the Ultimate Warrior.
So was I. Well, last two.
I was at the last two as well.
And you know what? You can watch all three of those on the WWE Network for only $9.99.
Except for the month of November.
Because it's free for new subscribers in the month of November. Thank you. I'm trying my best.
He worked all day on that.
He did. All right, so we're now 40 minutes into this. Granted, it's probably not 40 minutes long because we did bullshit.
The listener, I know, I see you.
He's pointing
I don't
at
actually
the
see you,
computer.
but I see you. If you hear my voice right now, comment these words.
They're not going to wait this long.
Wait
Nope,
for it. Genital warts. If you comment this, you win a prize.